Had to stop and refuel. That's some barbecue burgers with Kobe Jack cheese and lettuce and tomatoes. I'm about to go in as soon as I finish this video. Oh, yeah. Peace. Be sure to check out one of my latest videos. One of my latest videos is Halloween Ends. You also have the original Halloween. And scroll down and watch some of my favorite videos like Halloween 2. You girls and guys be safe out there, and I will catch you later. Peace. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by Lit Spot Kimmy, Cooking KD, and everybody's favorite Dathomirian, my fake Darth Maul from China. You know how we do. Let's get into some comics. All right, so I was in the dungeon, the other side of it, the garage, and I just wanted to, show you guys some of the, X comics we have in there. So we have X Factor number 33. That is when Beast finally turned blue. He was gray. We have X-Force number 14, and this is them battling the Acolytes. The Acolytes was a group that Magneto had in Asteroid M, and they actually ended up turning on Magneto. And this is X-Force Executioner song. This is when Strife framed the X-Force or Cable for assassination of giving Professor Charles Xavier the legacy virus. How it ended up turning out, Apocalypse ended up curing them, which was pretty cool. So that's Strife and Cable. Here's an early appearance of Deadpool. This is X-Force number 15. You know what I'm saying? This is very cool. I think this is when Deadpool still worked for a guy named Tolliver. Tolliver actually ended up being Cable's son. And then this is the first appearance of, if you ever seen the Deadpool movie, his wife Copycat. This is her first appearance, which is X-Force number 19, a low key book. This is one of my favorite covers because the X-Force is getting it in with whoever those agents are. I've always been a big fan of Warpath. And and Cannonball actually held his own back then. Cannonball actually was raised 2 copies. So I must have one that's really jacked up. And I have one that I replaced. So very cool. On the back of it, here's, cool. These guys are part of Strife's team. I think their name is Strike Force or something like that. They'll give me the line, but pretty cool cover. What do you guys think? All right, let's go. So here's X-Force Fatal Attraction. Fatal Attraction is when Wolverine's adamantium got pulled out of his body by Magneto. It's a pretty cool cover, Warpath, Cable. And then you have the old hologram cover. See that, Cable? That's very cool how the camera is catching it. But there's a hologram card. I remember when you found those hologram cards back in 1992. Oh, you were the shiznit. And this is X-Force versus, what's his name? Cameron Hudge. I knew that was going to come back to me. Cameron Hudge. Very cool. So now we get into the Deadly Genesis, X-Men Deadly Genesis, the first appearance of Vulcan. So the first appearance of Vulcan was very Saw-ish. They copied off of Saw, the way he came. This is Quesada, Joe Quesada, when he wasn't the editor-in-chief. He was just still an artist of Marvel. So this is Deadly Genesis, a variant edition. This is the original Deadly Genesis cover. Deadly Genesis covers when... okay, so Professor X actually sent a group before the other X-Men to Krakoa, and they died. They were teenagers, and they wasn't ready. And Mora told them they weren't ready, but Professor X did it anyway. And so this is his past coming back to haunt him. So this is a Silvestri cover. This is Vulcan and versus his big brother Cyclops. What happened was Vulcan was ripped out of the womb by the Shi'ar Empire, and he was birthed early. and he ended up coming up under Mortimer Taggart's care, and Professor X took him and his team. And where's the cover? There it is. That's the cover. Darwin, Vulcan. I'm not sure about the other characters, but Professor X sent them to Krakoa and they died. Then Cyclops, he wiped Cyclops' mind, and Cyclops. This is the death of Professor X. No, Banshee. That's the death of Banshee. So he took Professor X took that team and sent them, and Mortimer Taggart told him they weren't ready, but they all died. So very cool. And there's Vulcan coming back to get his revenge on Professor X and tell his brother, hey, Professor X wasn't all that. And that's the end of Deadly Genesis. Mark Silvestri cover, one of the original artists for the X-Men, and pretty cool. And then here you go. Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Hulk 2099. I think this is the first appearance of Hulk 2099. Don't quote me on that, but very cool. What do you guys think? All right, let's do this. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you girls and guys for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. Like, subscribe, share. Remember, words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love. And on the ones that don't show you love, hey, we're just going to keep on rolling without them. The name of the channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. Now we'll catch you girls and guys later. Hey, y'all be safe out there. Peasies!